Hi, I am Stacy Needham. I'm currently working on my participating video for the Master's Program of Educational Leadership. I was asked to interview some campus members with some questions about my campus and some of the questions that I am going to ask my interviewees are how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus? That's just saying, are teachers implementing some strategies? And if so, how do you know? How does the campus know? Are the teachers being recognized appropriately? Of course, if I find the question or the answer to be no, then I'm going to work on developing some kind of system to be able to um, give the teachers the recognition that they deserve. The next question that I will be asking are, how are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? Um, I know already that on our campus we get several emails and my school uses social media. Um, Pretty much every avenue available out there we have and we use. So I'm kind of curious to see what the people I interview have to say, and maybe they're going to think of something that I'm not thinking of. So, anyways, I'm excited about that one to see if I realize all the answers to those questions. The next question that I was asked. How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? As soon as I read that question, I remember that my lead principal, Dr. Pearson, said in a staff meeting one time at the beginning of the year, she encouraged us to think outside the box. And in a district where we are very competitive and always wanting to be perfect, I guess you would say, it's almost like she did actually say, I'm giving you permission to fail. I want you to try new things. Don't be scared of something just because you're afraid it's not going to work. It's okay if it doesn't work. That's how we learn from it. And those words have always stuck in my mind. So immediately when I read that question, her statement that day always comes to mind because again, she just basically said, I give you permission to fail. And there's not a lot of leaders that are willing to do that, but thankfully she understands the importance for us to have to realize that it's okay if we try new things and that we're not always going to be successful at everything we try, but we're definitely not going to be successful if we never try. So that like I said has always been something that I've remembered and thought of in the back of my mind, and it did encourage us to step outside the box and it gave us permission to try new things. The last question that I'm going to ask is, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus toward the realization of the campus vision? Um, our our campus in particular does so many things, I feel, that improves morale. We're constantly being involved with the students as far as student council and different clubs like that. We're always having little contests about, who can donate the most stuff to this charity or whatever is going on that time, and the teachers sometimes compete against the teachers and the teachers compete sometimes against the kids, and sometimes each class competes against each other, and just that sense of competition and all for a good use, all to do something good. Anytime I think that we get the teachers and students working together, that improves morale because it also helps them realize that we're people too, and it helps them to look at us maybe in a different light. And so anytime that we do things like that, it always kind of brings us together. We do lots of things like Christmas party. We have a chili cook-off where the departments compete of who has the best chili. This year we even tried something new that our principal, was told, oh, you're crazy to do that, but it turned out to be the best thing ever, and the kids enjoyed it and the teachers enjoyed it, and it just gave us a sense of family, which is really what our campus vision is about, is that everyone matters and everyone's part of the family. But anyways, the activity that we did was called a tailgate party, and the whole day we had inflatables on the football field and hot dog. The teachers were cooking hamburgers and hot dogs, and some of the teachers were participating in the dunking booth, and we just had several things like that, an obstacle course, all kinds of games, and pretty much, for 2 hours we were on the football field and just doing and partaking in part of all of those activities, and it just really gave us a chance to relax and be on the kids' level and enjoy them as a family, and the teachers to enjoy each other as a family. Just really gave us an opportunity to do that and all come together. So that was definitely something that I would include as a morale. So I'm interested in interviewing all of my people and finding out what they have to as answers to these questions, and maybe they can point out some things that I've overlooked or have forgotten about. So anyways, I feel like I have a good group of people, and it's going to give a good idea of, it is a cross section of the staff. I've interviewed Dr. Pearson. She's the head principal of the school, and so she's definitely the top. I'm also going to interview Tessa. She is the curriculum coach on campus, and so I guess she would be considered a step down from the principal. And then the next step down, I have another side of to give her opinion is Miss Atkinson. She is the special ed department lead, so that will kind of give us some aspects as far as of a special ed lead is concerned. The other person I'm going to interview is Miss Iubi, and she is the department chair here on campus for the math department. And so I'm looking forward to, again, I'm getting all these levels of positions, I guess you would say, in order to get everyone's perspective and get a good idea of a cross section of the campus. I also have a gen ed teacher, Miss Andrews, is I'm going to interview her and get her side. And then also I thought about getting Mrs. Bray, who is the special ed teacher. And so hopefully I have selected an array of teachers or positions here on the campus, and hopefully I'll get some good input and good insight on these questions that I'm about to ask. And I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. This has to do with some things that are happening here on the campus. For example, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Right. So, there are several things that we do. If you're looking at kind of an award side of it, we have our Bronco Wreath that travels from teacher to teacher, and that's more of a cultural type thing. We talk about the Bronco Way, and so that's more of a, you're doing things to improve the culture here at Boyd. We're doing this year with the Superstar Award, where the teachers and the students get to present that, to each other. Teachers, we try to celebrate them obviously in our department meetings, and we celebrate things in our leadership team. If you go up to a more of a data kind of, like, well, great, you did great on this test or whatever, I shy away from that a lot, just because I don't want our teachers to be so caught up in data that they forget that we're teaching students.
Right.
And so it goes both hands. I'm not gonna punish you or consequence you because your data doesn't look like how it needs to be. But on the same hand, I'm not gonna put everything that we do into STAR or AP, because I think that if you do the good things, those things are going to take care of themselves.
Right.
You know, so I think that you acknowledge teachers, you know, walkthroughs when you go through their classroom and they're doing great things. And,
Right.
you know, that's the product of all their hard work, you know,
Right.
is what they're teaching in their classroom. I don't think the product of all their hard work is, oh, great, we have a 98% pass. And I'm probably way out there. I know that sometimes but you know what? Those things will take care of itself. So I think you celebrate the little things on a daily basis, and then you have some things in place that celebrate the big things too.
Right.
You know, but you got to have a happy balance.
Right. Okay. And how are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and the community?
I mean, with all of our social media, all of our Facebook, our Twitter, obviously emails. Every time somebody gets recognized, we're putting the email out to the staff so they can
Right.
see. We post it on our Facebook, you know, tweeting many times a day. You know, our Bronco Beat, JJ's done a really good job at the first part of our Bronco Beat. It's everything recognition, whether it's students that have been recognized, teachers, you know, staff members. You know, I think that we really try our hardest to get it out there. You know, our superstar, we've got the wall in the library now, or the windows in the library. So, yeah, I think with social media these days, that's where the kids are. That's where our parents are. So we try on the announcements, you know, as much as possible to put some good things out there.
Okay. And how does the campus use initiative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Right. You know, I think it's always important, and we try to really create the culture of try something new. No one's going to come in and say, you know, oh, shame on you for trying that. We're going to try to support all of our teachers through that. It's really hard. I mean, I know because, you know, we look at it, and I even look at it sitting in this position. It's, you know, we're ultimately at the end of the day responsible for either their learning or the culture of the school or the academics of the school. So it's hard to kind of step back and take those risks. But I think that we find that when we do, that our students are very successful, which is what the bottom line is. So I feel that our teachers know they can take some risks. I think that it's just kind of showing them how to take those risks and that it's okay. I don't think that they feel threatened to take them.
Right.
I just think that sometimes it's a control issue, including myself, of just letting go. And trying to let them know it's okay to let go. It's okay to put the learning in the students' hands.
Right.
So.
And to follow along with the campus vision, what processes are used to improving morale?
You know, that's always something that we're, you know, working hard on. And I think that the difficult part of that is what improves morale for one person doesn't improve morale for another person. So you've got to have a multitude of things in a campus this large, you know, and you've got to make sure that you recognize teachers who are at all levels, because while your new teachers may not be, you know, the superstar teachers yet because they're learning, doesn't mean they're not working as hard as the veteran teacher who is that student. So you have to put a lot of different things into place, you know. So, I mean, some of the things we try to do besides the awards that I mentioned earlier or the recognition, but just, you know, our tailgates that we have, you know, ugly Christmas sweater day that we're going to have on Monday, jeans days, you know, Christmas party, you know, on Monday that we'll have. Just that time to... I really believe in food and fellowship. I mean, just that time to get together with everybody and remember why we do what we do.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if we're not happy, it doesn't matter what we do with our students if they don't feel like we like to be here.
Right.
So we try, you know, and every year we learn something different about what we should and shouldn't do. I think one of the biggest things that I feel, because I really appreciate this, but I also feel like a lot of our teachers do, is sometimes just that. In fact, I have it sitting right here, the little handwritten thank you notes. And anytime, you know, something good comes up, and it doesn't have to be earth-shattering. You know, it may be, hey, you opened the door for me when my hands were full today. You know, it sounds really insignificant, but really it's the little things that matter. So our admin team, every week we start our meeting with writing 1 or 2 thank you notes to somebody on our staff. And so, you know, it's just sometimes the little things that we try to do. Are we always looking for new ideas? Of course we are. Like I said, with 250, what motivates. We have to make sure we're getting it across the board, and not just being flippant about it too. Just to do something, that it really truly has meaning. So about the culture, you know, one of the things I was at my principal's institute, and they talked about, you know, it's not only that you're rewarding the good person, but, and I look at this as things we do in our classroom, it's also saying this is what we want it to look like.
Right.
You know, this is a celebration of excellence. We talk about what does a good teacher look like? Well, this is why, not just this is a good teacher, but you know what, she did this, she did this. And so it's that model of what is it that we want our culture and our excellence to look like.
Right.
So we try, but
Yes.
are we always learning? Of course we are.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, I'm here with Tessa Anasari. She is the curriculum instructional coach for the campus, and I'm going to ask her some questions about her perception of the campus vision. So, Tessa, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
We have many different ways that we recognize teachers about the campus vision, and some of those are through just recognizing within departments. Our APs and our department chair does an excellent job of coming through and bringing to everyone else's attention what we are doing. We also have teachers recognizing teachers through Bronco Wreath, which is passed from teacher to teacher for special recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Our administrators choose each month the teacher of the month,
Mm-hmm.
and that has done something above and beyond. So I feel that they do a very good job in recognizing us.
Okay, so they do present the awards, okay, so that's a good representation, but after they present the awards, how do they communicate the award or the accomplishments to the community and to the students, or is that happening?
That is going out through the Bronco Beat
Mm-hmm.
to the community, and that is our newsletter from the campus, and JJ Ayers puts it together every week, and he sends that out to the parents and to the community. Also, we have recognition coming over the intercom during our daily announcements,
Mm-hmm.
as well as in emails.
Okay, all right, good. And how are those contributions and achievements actively communicated to the staff, students, and community? I think you've already answered that question about they're communicated through the emails and through the Bronco Beats, and you know, we also have the websites and the Twitter accounts. I know that those go out a lot too. Okay, so how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Our campus, our leadership team is very much encouraging teachers to take risk and try new things. And it's okay that we fail, as long as we do learn from our failures and try to remedy it by going through a reflection process and correcting what we are doing in the classroom. We have a design center, and in the design center, teachers are encouraged to bring in anything out of the box. And we sit and we look at it. We have support for the teachers there so that we can help them plan and better design lessons for student engagement.
Okay, and so you feel that it's been communicated to the teachers that it's okay to fail?
Most definitely. I do believe Dr. Pearson even said that one time at the beginning of the school. It is okay if you fail. We just need to learn from our failures,
right,
and remedy it and continue to improve.
Okay, and how do you think that those kind of reflections take place? Are teachers doing it on their own accord? Are they doing it in groups? How does that happen?
Some of it is on their own accord, and some of it is in PLCs, our
Mm-hmm.
professional learning communities. And so, you know, the teachers are coming in and they're talking about, here's what we would like to do. And this is a little bit of out of the box thinking that we haven't tried it before. It may not work, but let's try to think it through. And the teachers collaborate and work through a lot of problem solving ahead of time. Then once they put it in place, if it's good, then they congratulate each other and move forward. And if it is not so good, they come back and they reflect on it and they talk about what went wrong. How can we improve it for next time? What should we change? So we're always growing and improving.
Okay, and when they do come across something that they've tried and it is successful, are they encouraged to implement it going forward, or
not only implement it but share it with others?
Okay. And so when you say share it with others, do you meet with the other districts or the other schools in the district to share the ideas? We
do. Mainly it is shared on our campus through our professional development waiver days. And at the beginning of the year, those teachers who have had a lot of success come in and have the professional development for other teachers. We also have waiver days in October and January and February where we meet as a district. So all of the math teachers will meet together, and those math teachers that have been successful with trying something new will present a professional development to share them with others. We also have a new Google Drive where in our math department where our teachers are asked to share their best lessons, things that have really worked for them. And so that we are beginning to get more exemplar lessons in this.
Wow.
So it's helpful.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. What processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision? So, in other words, what things do we do here that improves our morale as teachers?
We always start off the year with a wonderful Academy Week that is just so out there that, we're leaving that week so hyped up. and we have a very, very good administration who's always sending us emails and telling us if we're doing good jobs. At the department level, our department chairs have been given the task of improving morale, and we do that with a lot of celebrations within the department. In fact, I just came from a very, very heavy potluck that I just had the most wonderful food and wonderful company where we can sit and we can talk and we can discuss things and just have a good time with each other. And so I think that as, this campus has always been family. You and I have worked together for a long time. We've always been family. And so it's nice to see everyone coming in and bringing those new people in and showing them that we are still family. It doesn't matter if we have 200 and some odd teachers and 3,000 students. We are still family, and we want to keep that alive here.
Okay. And is there anything that we do here on campus that not only incorporates the morale of the teachers, but also includes the students? Is there anything you can think of that where we kind of get involved with the teachers and students team up to create morale?
I would tell you the most fun that I have is the Saturday before school starts when we have our Bronco camp for those new freshman students and their parents. And we have so many teachers come in and volunteer that day for Bronco camp. And we move the kids through so many things. They get to visit with students that are older. They get to visit with teachers. They have their picture taken. They learn about the Bronco Way. Our admin team is there. All the teachers we're just smiling and helping parents get adjusted and letting the parents know that this is a safe place for their children. And those kids they bring in the big inflatable Bronco and put it on the south end of the building. And those new kids are coming through that huge inflatable. And on the other side is all of these juniors and seniors that are just applauding them and telling them, come on in, come on in, come on in. Who wouldn't want to come to a school like that? And that is my best example of how morale is with teachers and students.
Right. And it just and goes back to the idea that we're all family and we're all accepting of others. And so, very good. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you sharing me your perspective on the campus vision.
Oh, enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implemented strategies to support the campus vision?
There are several things in the agenda where she is pointing out whose idea it was or who was the person who did all of the legwork on a particular project. There's a lot of positive reinforcement.
Okay. And then are there any awards or name boards or emails or something that's sent out to also recognize those members with the whole entire staff?
There may be. I don't remember any right now. I get so many emails. I may have missed those.
Okay. So what about the contributions and achievements of the school? Or do you think that they are? Do you think they're communicated to the community and the entire staff?
Yes, that is sent out. I don't know what all the social media is, the Facebook and all of that, but she does have something. The principal does have something where she communicates with the rest of the town, everybody else that's part of the Boyd system.
Okay. And what do you think the campus, or how do you think the campus uses innovative thinking or risk-taking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
There are several things that I know that they have thought about here and decided to go ahead and implement that I had never heard of, happening at other schools. And it's there seems to be risk taking when it involves making sure that morale is high, making sure that everybody works together as a family, that the school and the community are working together.
Okay. And what processes are used in improving morale, like you just said? Is there any kind of processes that y'all do to improve morale?
Well, again, with the school and community working together, there are things that I think it was called, it was a MacTown, something where they gave food to the food pantry in McKinney, or the hygiene drive. There was one with oatmeal, and then it's made into a competition with the teachers, the classes, the students, so that while you're competing, you're also being able to wear jeans for a day or jeans for a week, and that helps with morale.
Okay, yeah, because that gives a sense of community and everybody working together. All right, well, thank you so much. I don't have any other questions for you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now if I can turn this off. Hi, I'm here with Myrna. She's the department chair for the math, the department. Myrna, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions concerning the campus vision. I know here at our school, the vision is just to show everyone matters in a nutshell. That's what the vision is, and that everyone can learn. So how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
APs do acknowledge the teachers by they have the read thing, and then every month one of the APs, they start like that. The AP give the read to one of the teachers, and then the teacher has to give it to another teacher that she feels is doing or is aligned with the campus vision, and it just goes on from one teacher to another. And as a department, when we start every single meeting, we ask the teachers to share something positive that happened, whether in their life, personal life, or at school, because we want to encourage them to feel that this is a family as a department. Okay, and we started something new this year. It's the superhero thing. So basically it goes from a teacher to a student, and then a student chooses his best teacher, and then from a teacher to a student, and so on. And there's one more thing, which is they choose the teacher of the month. So every single month they choose the teacher that is implementing strategies that would support the campus vision. So these are a couple of things where the APs and the whole school is acknowledging the teachers and recognizing them.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So the next question is, how are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? So we've already established that we are being acknowledged. So how is that information shared with everyone?
Now they do that through an email. The principal sends an email to all the staff, letting them know what's happening. Now the superhero thing, the student actually writes a whole letter for the teacher, and that is copied and also emailed to the whole staff. So basically, they're very good at communicating and letting everyone know.
Okay. So how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
So we have on-site committees, and I'm part of that committee. And what do? Is we meet once every couple of months to discuss what is working, what is not working in the department. And usually I encourage my teachers to share with me what is it that they need, what is it that they want in their classrooms to be more effective, and I communicate that to the APs and let them know. And we try different things every single year, and this year our big push is to make sure that the PLC is working and everyone is meeting with their PLC. Now I know it's a work in progress, but we are trying to improve, and we discuss and we see what's working, what's not working, and how can we improve it.
Okay. Okay, and the last question I have is, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision?
Now, as a department, I do encourage the teachers to celebrate a teacher that helps them grow
Mm-hmm.
in their classrooms. And so far, we have recognized 3 different teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we are doing it as a department. We're also celebrating birthdays every
Mhm.
single month. We try to get them out like full of sugar at the end of the meeting. And this is as a department.
Mm-hmm.
But as a school-wide activity, I think the chili cook-off
Mhm.
helps increase morale. Everyone is participating, and we choose the top 3 best chili pots. Basically, what else can we do to improve morale?
Well, I know that we had
This is what I can think of. I know we do more.
the hygiene thing that we just had. Where
Yes. So
yeah.
different theme days. Yes, you're right. So and basically celebrating the holidays
Mhm.
and different theme days that we try to show the students that we are humans also,
Mhm.
and that help them see the fun part of us as teachers.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate you visiting
Mhm.
with us. I appreciate your answers.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm here with Casey Andrews. She is a teacher here on campus, and I'm going to talk with her a little bit about her perspective of the campus vision. So, Casey, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Well, in our department meeting, should I talk to you or should I talk to the camera?
You can talk to me. It's
Okay, so in our department meeting, I have this question. They acknowledge, they ask who witnessed somebody else doing like a good thing. They went above and beyond. Our vision is to work collaboratively, so they want to say, okay, what did somebody in the math department? Did you catch them doing something good?
Mm-hmm.
Then so they recognize them within the department. I think they pretty much. I would think they put it in a pool, like, and then they have database, and somebody probably reads it up above. But that's what we do in the math department.
Okay, so it's kind of the small little pat on the back that you get.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
a smile back. I recognize somebody doing something good, and I think sometimes they do it anonymously. I can't even say that anonymously.
Uh-huh.
Like just put your name in.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Okay.
I witnessed somebody doing something nice, or she went out of her way. She helped me do this. Kind of. I don't know. I haven't figured this one out. Can you help me?
Right.
So they acknowledge.
Okay. And how are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? So, in other words, like, how are they shared? I know you already said that they're shared with the department.
I
and the
think
meetings.
that information that she puts it, she collects it for the department. I think every department probably collects it and gives it, moves it up, and then I think that goes up. So I would imagine everybody above us can go and get this information from.
Mhm. So you
Google
think
Docs.
do you think they share it at the leadership meeting or something?
I think so. I would imagine. I think so. I think they probably do.
Okay. All right. And how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
I think like Jennifer, JP, she'll say something about it's okay to fail,
Mm-hmm.
and then like if it's okay to fail, then what have we learned from that failure?
Mm-hmm.
And just okay, we gotta come with me, come with a solution, and we'll figure it out. Or if there's an issue, let's figure out what the problem is and
Okay.
fix it.
So you
I
kind of
think-
have permission to fail.
Oh,
I guess.
most definitely have permission to fail and come with some solutions. And if I can't figure out a solution, then let's see if somebody else can figure out a solution. If it's not her, then it's somebody else in the leadership team or coworkers or
Right.
some other thing.
Do you have an example that maybe you have experienced here on campus, either with your team or in your class, about some risk taking, or even when you've seen a failure, like how's that been resolved? I know you had said something about the PSAT scores and how y'all.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, so if something goes wrong, then it's as a department, they're awesome about okay, I'm having this issue. Oh, they had the same issue next door, and so yes, we realized there was an issue. And then they come, like, okay, let's just figure out what we can do to help each other get through the day. And then when the day was over, figure out, okay, next time, let's go with a solution, what we should do next year. So we don't have to do the same mistake over and
Right.
over and over again.
You're not reinventing the
the
wheel. You're just
the broken wheel.
constantly
We're
improving.
not riding that broken wheel.
You're just constantly improving.
Yep.
Okay.
Is
All
there another
right.
question? Oh.
One more question. What processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision? So what are some things that we do here just to improve morale?
Feed us.
Teachers are inspired
By food and
Uh-huh.
Jeans Pass.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
Jeans
one.
Pass, yeah, and it's beginning of the school year. We always, like those competitions we do for professional development, and you can win a day off or
Mhm.
something. I think you have a day off where you can get like no duty,
Duty
free.
free. Okay.
Different competition.
So the competitions in between teachers,
yeah,
just
and
as
then
a
they do
fun
then
time.
school year. Yeah, they
Mhm.
do competitions. They just had one. If you collect enough food for food drive or stuff for hygiene drive, and then you get pizza. They always have competitions. We're always winning.
Competitions with food as a prize, or
Yes.
the Gene Pass, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how is it where, or is there anything that the campus does that incorporates? Because our vision is to incorporate everyone and show everyone that they are valued. Is there anything that we do here that kind of joins the teachers and students all together and maybe build morale all together?
Pep rallies.
Okay.
But yeah, pep rallies are pretty good. But you mean like students and teachers together? Pep rallies, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only first thing that comes to my mind.
And you mentioned the hygiene drive and the students.
Oh yeah. It's per classroom, so the kids work together with the teacher, with for whatever it is.
Okay. And now, was there ever a competition where the teachers and the kids worked together, and the teachers and kids were given like maybe the same reward or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
that's the food drive is if you brought in the most cans, then that class period teacher involved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got the prize. It wasn't just for the students; it was for that class.
Right.
Period. So it was third period classes.
And it just builds a sense of community
within your class period. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time.
Uh huh.
All right. Hi, I'm here with Michelle Brace. She's a teacher here at on my campus, and I'm going to ask her a few questions about the campus vision. Michelle, the first question I have for you: how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Well, we have every month the Bronco Wreath is awarded to a new teacher of the month. And there's various other acknowledgments throughout the year, such as emails, special little notes in our mailboxes, other accommodations throughout announcements.
And how does the Bronco Wreath, like who decides that? Like who passes it to who?
The Bronco Wreath is awarded to one teacher at the beginning of the year, and then that teacher is required to nominate another teacher each month, and it's passed along that way.
Okay, so the teachers are just looking for someone that the campus vision shines through, and when they see it, that's who they award it to, and then it just gets passed on. Okay, and who is writing the notes and putting it in the box?
Administration, lead teachers, other members of the faculty, staff.
Okay. How are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff and students and to the community?
Again, through emails to the staff, through the students. Online newsletter, we have the Bronco Beat, which is sent out to all the students and all the parents, and any acknowledgments are always listed in there. We also have daily announcements at school every morning, and on the BNN broadcast that Boyd has every day.
Okay. And they normally just give a shout out to those teachers that are contributing? Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Sometimes they'll have a picture in the email or in the newsletter. Sometimes they'll interview them on BNN.
Okay. All right. How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision?
We brainstorm during faculty meetings or department meetings, and then we usually come together as a whole school and try and revamp and revise things that need improvement.
Okay, so it's a constant cycle of improvement.
It's a constant cycle. We meet as a department almost every week. The principal meets with all of the department heads usually at least once a week. So it's a continuous improvement plan.
Okay. The last question I have is, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision?
We have breakfasts and luncheons throughout the year. We have tailgate and Christmas parties that are sponsored by the administration for the staff.
Mhm.
And then just little gestures throughout the year, such as the administration walking through the building, handing out sodas or waters,
Right.
little tokens in our mailboxes, um, just things like that.
And and generally everything that you said was just, it all goes towards the campus vision, which here on our campus is that everyone is valued and everyone plays a part, and
Yes.
so it's all just correlating back to making everyone feel valued.
Yes.
So, okay, well, I appreciate your time and thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Okay, I have finished interviewing my principal and my curriculum coach. I've interviewed the special ed department lead and the department chair, and I've also interviewed 2 teachers. I interviewed a regular ed teacher and also a special ed teacher, and it was interesting the information that I got. Some things I knew, and so I expected them to answer the way that they answered, and other questions I was kind of surprised, or I guess not surprised, but I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, or oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And so thankfully, all the interviewees that I interviewed were very positive, and they also wanted to make sure that they answer positively, because I can see such a care about our school, and I never have seen a bad attitude here on my campus. It seems like everyone just loves the atmosphere, so that my principal has created a very caring and family type atmosphere that people enjoy coming to work. So they want to do a good job and they want to help. So again, I saw that campus vision of everyone being a family, and I saw it right here when I was interviewing, and everyone was so willing to help. Everyone that I asked, of course they didn't want to be on camera, but they knew it was going to help me, so they did. And so again, the campus vision just continues to be implemented in the little things that we don't even realize a lot of times. And I know I realized that just by doing the video. I was reminded about that campus vision of being family and everyone is in it together, I guess. So just to start, as a reflection for my interviews, I talked about how, I told how everyone that I interviewed and the role that they played. So again, I feel like I got a good sample of the different departments and the different levels here on campus, and so I feel like I got a good array of perceptions from everyone that I interviewed. So I feel confident in that. And the first question that I asked everyone was, how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in the support of the campus vision? Everyone brought up the fact that my school does the wreath, and that's a new thing that's come. I think they implemented that last year. It's just passed on from teacher to teacher. When one teacher receives it, they keep it, and then at the end of the month, they hopefully during the month will recognize another teacher that's implementing strategies or going that extra mile to help our students, and then they pass the wreath on to that person. And then they also, this year, we just started the notebook, and that's neat because we can actually include the kids and the students, so it's like the teachers will pick a student that they see what we call having the Bronco way, and it just, again, it's just having that sense of family, that sense of everyone's in this together, no one's left behind, and so when we see a student doing that, we recognize them by writing a letter to them in the book, and then once the student gets the book, then they will see a teacher helping another student or implementing a strategy or something special that they see in a teacher, and they actually write a letter to the teacher and give the notebook to that teacher, and then again the cycle goes back and forth between the teacher and the students. So that's a very good way thing that we do here to to celebrate those accomplishments. I know in my reflection, one thing that I would like to see in celebrating is maybe having I know we do the Teacher of the Month here, but I would want to have a board dedicated in the hallway or something, so everyone that enters the building can see the Superstar of the Month or whatever, and maybe put what they did in order to be recognized on campus. And again, that way the parents, the students, the other teachers all see the extra mile that the teachers are going through. And I think that it will inspire others to go above and beyond as well. And the next question I ask everyone is, how are those contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and community? Again, everyone said email. Our school has a Facebook page that we use, and we post things daily about what's going on. Our school also has what's called the Bronco Beat, and it's just our newspaper, and that's sent out electronically by email. It's also, a link is posted on the Facebook page. It's tweeted. So there's several social media outlets that my school uses. And again, if my school used the Star Board like I had talked about earlier, it would be communicated through just being visual. It would be communicated to everyone that walks in the building. I might even consider, having a block in the town newspaper about the Teacher of the Month or the Star of the Month. That way, it can get out to all the members of the community. Because like an elderly person or someone that doesn't have kids in the district, they might not receive an email from the school, and they might not see the school Facebook page, etc. But they do get a newspaper, so they would still be able to know what's going on at the school and see it in the newspaper. So that's something that I would implement. The next question I asked was, how does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? And a lot of people, we talked about using PLCs and discussing different things in PLCs. And a lot of teachers, like I predicted, were going to say that, it is something that is okay here is to fail. It's okay. We don't want teachers to not try something new just because they're afraid of failure. So that is clearly communicated to all the teachers, and it's encouraged to try new things, and whether they're successful or they failed, talk about it in the PLC, and if it did fail, how can we improve it and make it better? So again, everyone knew about the PLCs. Everyone knew about how we're constantly trying to increase student learning, and we're constantly trying to build people up, and we're constantly trying new things. And so everyone had a sense of feeling of it's okay and encouraged to try new things. And if it doesn't work out, talk about it in the PLCs. And I like that as a teacher. So I definitely, that's something that I want to say to my staff when I get the opportunity, is just to give them permission, I guess, to fail. Because again, if you don't try new things, if you're so scared of failure that you don't try new things, then how can we improve? And of course, we don't want you to fail, but I really do believe that teachers are sometimes so afraid to fail that they don't try new things. So that's something that I definitely want to convey to my teachers, is that it's okay, because if you failed, we still have a starting block. You can come back in that PLC and talk about things to make it better. Some ideas you might scrap altogether. It was just a bad idea. Other things you might say, well, that didn't quite work out, but maybe if we did this, it'll help next time. And again, you're thinking outside the box, and I think that the students are going to be able to see that, and the students are going to be able to be more engaged because you are thinking outside the box. You're not sitting in a traditional, what a lot of students would say, boring classroom. So again, I definitely want to encourage that to my teachers as well. And the last question I asked my interviewees was, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision? I know that my the people that I interviewed all had different things to say about the little things that we do here on campus to build morale and to improve morale, such as the tailgate party and the Christmas parties and the staff times that we get together and eat. And it was very clear by everyone I interviewed that apparently teachers are motivated by food or the ability to wear jeans. So that's definitely something that I need to keep in mind, because those seem to be the number one and two things that teachers will look for. But the other thing that I would like to say is that I think that the collaboration piece is just working together. Everyone working together and building that sense of family, that sense of community. I think that is going to build morale, because it's going to create a positive environment. And who wouldn't want to go to work every day in a positive environment and feeling like you matter and feel like you're valued as a professional? And even the students, once they see that and see that this is a place where people are valued, I think that they're going to feed off of that, and they're going to see that, and they're going to be inspired to be positive and to enjoy their environment as well. So I really enjoyed doing the interviews, and even though some of my teachers and staff that I interviewed gave me those answers that I anticipated, I still feel like I learned from this process, because again, it just helped me realize what I need to be looking for and what I need to be paying attention to as a future leader. And it makes me really appreciate where I'm currently at now. And it makes me really appreciate my principal, and to use her definitely as my mentor, and look at the things that she does and model myself after her. So thank you for listening.